Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
Welcome to How to Survive, the show that teaches you how to survive the stuff that can kill you.
Like smoke inhalation or sandstorms. Oh. Did you see those sandstorms in Arizona?
I saw some
the
in
Hoobie or whatever.
I saw the Burning Man sandstorms. That might be connected. I don't even know where Burning Man is. Somewhere I know I don't need to
Nevada? California? I don't remember.
I think it's Nevada.
Around there somewhere.
And martial law.
And the stuff that just makes you wish you were dead.
Like people who just don't get it.
I wouldn't know.
And dog prostitution. And martial arts. It is dog prostitution. There's no, I mean, it's
trafficking.
It's trafficking.
Actually, across state lines.
It's canine sex trafficking.
God, I want to see. That Liam Neeson movie is one I want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Taken. Ruff, ruff.
Taken bacon.
People who just don't get it.
People who just don't get it.
You know what I get?
Our theme
song. Yay!
People who just don't get it is so funny.
Ground is shaking under our feet. Mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. Ooh, how to survive. Ooh, how to survive.
Ooh, welcome to How to Survive with Danielle Kristine.
Oh my God.
What happened to my phone? Oh my God.
Wow.
It's back. I was possessed there for a second.
By
cherub.
Like a church
yes.
mouse?
A church mouse.
It sounded a little Carol Kane.
Oh.
I thought maybe you were possessed by Carol Kane.
Carol Kane. I'd have to practice that.
Well, not much, because you're kind of close.
Oh. What did she say in Princess Bride? Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, I don't remember.
Anyway, happy 200th episode.
Here we are celebrating
Holy McMoly.
200 with impressions.
We were...
One impression.
It is the traditional way to celebrate a 200th
Yes.
episode.
That's what we do.
Paper, and then... we had thought maybe we would do something special, but we got shit going on. We didn't do it.
Guys, bear with us.
Yeah.
Speaking of bears.
Bears.
Hello. You can't plan a 200th episode celebration when you've got a wild bear on the loose in your neighborhood.
This is bananas. Did you send the pictures to Garen?
Did I send the pool picture? Did you see the picture of the bear hanging out in somebody's local pool? Did you see that one?
Yeah. It's your neighbor, right?
I think I don't know if it's the neighbor below or not. And the video you saw, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The guy yelling
at the bear.
Swearing at the bear.
Motherfucker, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. Did you see that one, Garen?
I don't think I did.
I'll put it in the newsletter,
and then he just, and then the bear doesn't move, and then he just closes his window. The guy just shuts his window. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean...
You're supposed to make noise, not swear at it. It doesn't know that's a pejorative.
He doesn't know. Bears don't know cuss words.
No.
I love it. I mean, we just did our bear episode.
I know, it was wild.
And I think the bear heard about it and was like, I gotta go to Christine's neighborhood. Check out this picture, Garen.
This bear is having the time of its life, like hanging on to a
raft.
floaty.
Yeah. And he's just like, hey, where's my drink?
Where's my pina colada with my umbrella?
Isn't that amazing?
Whenever I've seen several instances of bears enjoying people's pools.
Yes.
And it always brings joy.
It's so joyful.
Because they're just like, yeah,
I'm cooling off.
It's hot.
It's hot, guys. Why aren't you in the pool? I'm going to have Sven set up our wildlife camera, because remember how we had the wildlife camera for the owls?
Yes.
But I'm like, I don't even know where to set it up. I feel like I should set it up on our pool. We don't have an in-the-ground pool. We have the, the COVID above ground sort of COVID purchase that gets, I don't know, what, 4 feet deep maybe. But like,
I didn't know it was that. That's cool.
I think the bear could maybe
100%
stop by.
the bear's going to go into that pool.
If he wants to take on our driveway. That's the
Throw
thing.
salmon. Throw some salmon in there.
Oh, yeah,
Let
that's a
him
good
get
idea.
Throw some salmon in the pool.
Throw some salmon in the pool.
Just raw salmon in your water.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. You want to lure a bear onto your
You
property.
want
I think
them
we did
around.
learn that on last week's
Yeah, I
episode.
think that's what
it's
it
hard.
was.
I can't remember
It's
what
hard
the
to-
lessons are.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been seen all over the neighborhood
Amazing.
and is not afraid of people.
And you did see him, right, when you were driving?
No,
I thought you saw it.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm conflating it with the deer story you told last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you didn't see the bear?
No,
Oh, man.
I know.
Well, there's still time.
I hope so. I need a good bear sighting.
You do.
Man, come on, right?
Yes.
I don't understand why I can't see a bear.
All right. Speaking of animals.
Yes.
You told our book club a story that I would very much like you to share with our audience.
The dog?
Yes.
Okay, so did I share last week that Frances is in her menses?
Well, we said it as one of the things to survive when your dog has her period,
Okay.
but I don't think we actually discussed it.
Well, Frances is in her first heat, and it's turns out we kind of did it on purpose because we decided we're going to have her fixed after she has a first heat as a protective measure because of her breed of dog. It can be a cancer preventative if they're allowed to go through their first heat. There's different research. It's like some research will say do it before their first cycle. Some research will say, let them get to a year old. It's like these kind of dogs, labs, retrievers, golden retrievers and flat coats have a high risk of different kinds of cancers. And it's like, some cancers are more if you get before the heat, some after. It's like, let's split the difference and let her have her first heat cycle as a preventative measure. Who knows? There's probably people listening going, you fucked up. And other people going, no, that's right. That's what you should do. Okay. Whatever. This is what's happening. So she's been wearing cute little period panties with a little ruffle on the back.
They're pretty cute.
They're pretty cute. And then still just like loving up to us so much. That's what happens to little girls when they get their period is they just love everybody. And they're like, I need more hugs than usual.
They need ice cream and to watch like a sad movie.
They can't have chocolate. She gets a little extra Greek yogurt than usual.
Oh my God, this dog.
So I met some friends at for a beach day so our kids could get together before school started. And so I'm talking to one of the parents, and she was asking how the dog was doing, how Miss Frances was doing, and I was saying how she had gotten her first cycle, and we hadn't gotten her fixed yet, and that she had made a joke about like, oh, are you going to get her like a romantic encounter with a male dog before you get her fixed so she can experience that? And I like, ha, that's funny. No, why would I do that? And then she shared with me that her friend. So this is like a friend of a friend. Just want to be clear about that.
Right.
Very clear. Had set up her female dog with a male dog to have a hookup while she was in heat, not to get pregnant, but so that she could experience the magic of dog-on-dog lovemaking before she got her fixed, because she didn't want her to miss out on that. And this is also important. She had found the dog, this partner, on a dog matchmaking website.
For this purpose.
I looked it up. This does exist for breeding purposes.
Okay, for breeding purposes makes sense.
But like when I went to it, because I told some other friends about this, they were like, I'm so horrified this exists. There were some like different ones called like "Looking for My Baby Mama" was like their headline.
You're telling me lies.
I'll show you. And not only did she find the mate on this, it's called like petmatefinder.com. So sad I didn't think of this idea because I'd be rich right now. She flew her dog to another state to meet up with this other dog.
Like I said, she could, if this is not for breeding purposes, this is just because clearly female dogs love sex.
They love to be held down by a male dog
while he rams it in their ass, or not
forcefully.
Ass,
but like,
why couldn't she just let her out in the alley and let her, find some strange. It's like Rumspringa for dogs, right? It's just like let her have some fun before she has to be, fully commit to being Amish.
There's also no I love the analogy. There's no evidence that female dogs
of course
enjoy.
Yet they're not having a female orgasm.
No,
there's two animal species that have sex for pleasure, and it's us and dolphins or something. Right?
Oh, I think that's probably true.
So why do we?
There's
think
no
weird.
reason. There's no reason. It's like the same people who are like, showing videos of themselves putting like jewelry on their cats.
Right.
I just saw that the other day. It was like an Indian woman dressing her cat in the whole Indian, like the Shamir Kamez. I'm mispronouncing that, but the whole like with the bindi and like these jewels looked really expensive
and heavy. I bet.
Yeah, on the jewel on the
no
and the earrings kind of thing and the whole outfit. I mean, it was beautiful, but I was like, and the cat tolerated it. But I was like, that cat is going to bite the shit out of you later.
Not happy.
No, that cat was just like, I'm going to take this. And then later, when you're
going to piss in your bed.
Oh, yeah, I will bite the shit out of you.
Okay, so aside from the fact that no evidence, I mean, it's so fucking weird. But also, wouldn't I guess if she's in heat, isn't she more likely to get pregnant?
Well, that's when they get pregnant. So this is what I don't understand. So presumably, so for using Frances as a guide, she right now is on her period, but she's not fertile exactly until when her period finishes and she ovulates, right? Like women.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out.
But you could technically like get pregnant on your period when you ovulate in the window, right? So like you can time it by taking when I was trying to get pregnant, I would take my ovulation.
Right.
You pee on a stick and it can tell you when you're ovulating. You can only get pregnant in that window that you're ovulating, which is usually when your period's over, and it's within usually around 48 hours. But so there's a pretty small window. Same with dogs. So
being in heat is having the period?
It's a whole time period of I think before the period starts and then after the period ends and then when she's ovulating. That whole period is called in heat.
Oh, okay. So I guess you could time it. By the way, I looked it up. You cannot get pregnant during your period. You absolutely cannot get pregnant.
But what if your egg... Okay, never mind.
What if only one drops or something?
Well, I guess I was thinking if you... It doesn't matter. I believe you and I'm sure you're right.
You believe me in my Googling.
As long as it didn't come up in the AI part. Now that that's happening, people think that's the real thing. And I'm like, that can just be bringing up a blog. Everybody, just so you know, now that AI is coming up as the top searched thing on your phone, that's not the answer.
Right.
Go down below that to the different sources.
Right. It's usually a summary.
Yes.
Which can be helpful.
It can be, but it's not necessarily correct.
True.
Okay. Anyway, that's the story.
It's crazy. And the thing that I asked you the other day that you verified is that the woman telling you wasn't telling you as if this was a nutty thing.
Not really. No, I don't think so.
She was just kind of telling it.
Yeah,
this
matter
is
of fact.
It's so bananas. I also don't understand why it had to involve money. Why did it have to involve a flight?
Yeah.
It's just so
feels you couldn't
crazy.
find if you're
a horny dog somewhere?
I want it to be a male miniature dachshund that my little girl has sex with. That's what I always dreamed of. You couldn't find one of those in California or whatever state,
Also, I thought of this.
Yeah.
What if a dog does enjoy it? Is that nice? To give her a taste?
Never again.
Never again.
You like that? Well, it's never
Too
fucking
bad.
happening again.
You like filet mignon?
Yeah.
You're a vegan tomorrow.
Well, we're taking it out of you. Now you'll just think about it for the rest of your life. You won't have the desire. You'll just have the memory of it. It's going to be like menopause.
Right. Right.
You won't want it anymore. You'll miss wanting it.
What happens if that dog got pregnant? What?
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Because also you're well, I'm going to make you do this while you're on your period, so it's also going to be a big mess.
Oh, that's a good point.
How? Because it must have had to have been when she's on her.
Well, and she's on her period because to ensure she doesn't get pregnant.
So she doesn't get pregnant. It's so nutty.
All right. Well, I just want to tell a very quick thing, which is because I don't know why I'm still surprised that people have zero reading comprehension, but
They're reading less. I know that. I just saw that.
So I wrote a okay, so this is what I posted. I have a new humor piece up on Chortle. Please take a look.
Congrats.
Oh, thank you. So it's called Why I Can't Leave My Husband, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And then it says, every time I try, he starts in with that smooth talking. So it was based on that. Like, I had like, not tweeted, but put out that line like a long time ago. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to write an essay about this. So I got a lot of very nice comments and a lot of likes. And then I got a lot of people who don't understand what comedy is, or like they think she wrote this, even though I said, check out my humor piece. I mean, a lot, like more than 3. So,
So people who just look at a headline and think they should comment on a headline.
yeah. So, right.
Can you read some of the comments?
So this woman said, what the hell is smooth talking from this creep? So I wrote, it's satire. Then someone else came in and said, perhaps, but I still think she has no backbone, which is the whole point of the fucking article.
Yeah.
So I said, it's not perhaps, it is. I wrote it. So I just kept going, it's satire. It's satire. Did you see where I put humor? It's satire. Tell him to shut up and walk out the door. It really isn't that hard. It's satire. What? I think she was talking about RFK Sr. It's satire.
She was talking about RFK Sr.
She can go down with the ship. The thing is, not one person. Okay, I could use a lot of words to describe RFK talking, but smooth is absolutely not one. Mm-hmm. You saw where I said humor piece, right? But then she said, yeah, and I agree, it's very funny. So I don't know. Okay, that one was, but I don't understand. So, and then another one where they just shit on RFK Jr. And I'm like, did you see the part where I said it was humor? Like, I was so the thing is, not one person was pro RFK or pro Cheryl Hines.
They want to have their own,
which is great,
conversation. Yeah.
But I was like, I'm offended as a comedian. Like,
yeah.
Like that Seinfeld episode, like Anti-Dentite. I'm like, these people are fucking crazy. Obviously, they didn't read. I don't know how many people read. They probably didn't read the piece. They probably just saw the headline.
Yes, that's what happened.
But I was like, it literally says humor piece.
Yes.
So anyway, I just thought that was funny.
It is ridiculous.
Well,
I'm very excited to read it.
Oh, thank you.
I have not been on social media, so I didn't see it yet, but I'm excited.
I was proud of this one. I thought it was funny, and it was just like wild.
Yeah. But I think that's endemic to what we're experiencing right now, and why we're in the state of non-democracy we're in. And I just heard there was a really interesting pop culture podcast I listened to where they were talking about how, like, even show creators talk about how they struggle with, like, people just not understanding their shows.
Yeah.
Like, people not understanding, like, the plots of their shows.
Oh, okay.
And, like, having these comment threads in, like, show forums where they're like, that's not even what the show is about. You know, like,
it's wild.
They're not, they worry about, like, the general public's comprehension.
Yes.
But, you know, if people don't read,
I guess,
and have critical thinking skills,
I'm just alarmed at people.
You got to work at it. You can't just scroll and look at headlines your whole life.
These are the people who believe AI videos, you know? Like, because they're just not, there's no discernment. It's just like, oh, whatever I see in front of me is what it is. No, like, thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we ready to discuss our topic today?
Please.
We are going to discuss how to survive martial law.
And
Yikes.
We're also not experts, but maybe you'll learn something today.
Yeah.
Or you might not. I can't promise you anything. Danielle can promise. She make lots of promises.
No. So this is from the U.S. Department of Justice. It's just like an explanation of what martial law is.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't 100% clear myself. So
Which Department of Justice?
Yeah,
The before
I think
one?
I think
Older one?
it's prior.
The before or the now?
Yeah. Oh, the now one just says
You're in it.
martial law is good. Yeah.
And it's happening to you right
And it's
now,
happening.
depending on what
Look out
city
your
you're
door.
in. Yeah. Are you in Chicago? It's coming.
I love that the mayor and the governor are just like, we don't want you. Stay out. Okay. Martial law involves the temporary situation. Oh, sorry. Martial law involves the temporary substitution of military authority for civilian rule and is usually invoked in time of war, rebellion, or natural disaster.
Or if Trump feels like it.
Or if you're accused of being friends with the world's worst pedophile and you don't want
need to
people to
just-
talk about it anymore.
You just need a distraction.
It's hurting your feelings.
But didn't Ghislaine say she never saw him do anything bad?
I mean,
She's the most trusted
I
resource
don't
too.
understand why they let her talk. I know. And I'm not the first person to make this observation, but when she said I didn't see him do anything I considered inappropriate,
Yeah.
you were
By what
literally
bar?
a sex offender.
Yeah, you don't get to deem what's appropriate and inappropriate because you're a rapist.
But she keeps denying that she had anything to do with any of it. It's pretty remarkable how
Yeah.
steadfast she is.
Yeah.
Anyway, when martial law is in effect, the military commander of an area or country has unlimited authority to make and enforce laws. Martial law is justified when civilian authority has ceased to function, is completely absent, or has become ineffective. Further, martial law suspends all existing laws as well as civil authority and the ordinary administration of justice. In the United States, martial law may be declared by proclamation of the president or a state governor.
Did you say it suspends all existing laws?
Yeah, that's not exactly true from my research, so I'm not exactly sure.
Because that seems kind of wild. It seems like they could just be
Yeah.
like, we just shot whoever we wanted in the face.
Yeah,
Because we have martial law.
maybe this is the Trump version of.
We didn't like that smirk, so
Yeah.
we shot him in the face.
Although the U.S. Constitution makes no specific provision for the imposition of martial law, nearly every state has a constitutional provision authorizing the government to impose martial law. The power of martial law, once held to be nearly absolute, has limitations. For example, civilians may not be tried by military tribunals as long as civilian courts are functional. So that happened after Lincoln, because Lincoln declared martial law, I think twice, because the South was not cooperating.
Sure.
But he was trying people under military courts, and I think they changed that after him.
Okay.
Nonetheless, within the bounds of court decisions, a military commander's authority under martial law is virtually unlimited. Martial law has been declared 9 times since World War II, and in 5 instances was designed to counter resistance to federal desegregation decrees in the South. So they were trying to desegregate, people rioted, they declared martial law.
Okay.
Although a climate of mutual aid has always existed between the military and civilian law enforcement and should continue to exist, Department of Defense personnel are limited in what they can do to enforce civil law. Military personnel cannot be used in surveillance or undercover operations, and they may not be used as informants, investigators, or interrogators unless the investigation is a joint military-civilian operation in which the military has an interest in the case's outcome. The problem is that martial law is often a tool that strong men use as a pretext, says Stephen Vladeck, a law professor at Georgetown University. And so the trick is to split the difference between the rare and exceptional cases where martial law is actually beneficial and the far more common cases where it's used to suppress civil liberties,
Yes.
infringe on our rights, or overthrow our democratic institutions.
Sounds familiar.
The problem is that, and this is on the U.S. Department of Justice's
Yes.
website. The problem is that martial law is often a tool. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Beneficial in far more common cases where it's used to suppress civil liberties, infringe on our rights, or overthrow our democratic institutions. Okay, so a few little facts. Martial law has been declared at least 68 times in the United States.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
And there are different reasons.
Okay.
War or invasion, domestic war or insurrection, riot or civil unrest, labor disputes, natural disasters, or other. So I'm just going to give you a few examples of when martial law has been.
Okay.
There's also something else that's not called martial law, but it's like the president's, I'm blanking on what the term is, but These are actual instances of martial law. Abraham Lincoln made extensive use of martial law during the Civil War, especially in regions of the country where local government was in disarray or couldn't be trusted to enforce the laws of the Union. That included border states like Missouri, Kentucky, and Indiana. So this is what I was talking about. In a landmark Supreme Court decision handed down after the war, the justices rebuked the Union for overstepping its authority. In Ex parte Milligan, the court ruled that military tribunals can only be used when no civil courts were available.
Okay.
Okay, Congress imposes martial law on the former Confederacy as part of the Radical Reconstruction. After the Chicago Fire, martial law was...
Okay.
In 1890... This is a common one. I'm just going to give you one of these, but it seems to have happened a lot. Striking miners in Idaho in 1892, blow up a mill.
Oh, wow.
With too much nitroglycerin and destroyed nearby buildings. The governor declared martial law and sent in the National Guard to arrest 600 workers. Only a few of them were actually convicted of a crime. The famous Tulsa, Oklahoma race riot, Black Wall Street. They brought in, of course, it didn't really help, but they brought in they declared martial law. Oklahoma Governor John C. Walton declares martial law while challenging KKK activity and resisting a KKK-led impeachment. Oh, this is a good one. The same day the Japanese Navy attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, the territorial governor of Hawaii, which was not yet a state, declared martial law. His declaration would stand until October 1944, so, that's 3 years, for fear of Japanese spies and saboteurs.
Oh.
Okay. In 1989, Tiananmen Square, this is obviously not our country, but this is a good example of... In 1989, Tiananmen Square, on May 20th, the Chinese Premier, Li Peng, addressed the nation and declared a state of martial law in Beijing. Li assured the public that he was only sending in the People's Liberation Army to restore order and maintain public security, not to crack down on the protests. Instead, the PLA initiated a brutal crackdown. On the nights of June 3rd and 4th, Chinese soldiers stormed Tiananmen Square with ranks and machine guns. The death toll in Beijing will never fully be known, but likely reach the thousands.
So crazy.
Yeah, so that's where it has been used for good and for bad. Or maybe not good, but necessity. Okay, so this is from like one of those prepper sites that sells prepper stuff.
Love it.
But that said, they seem to be very wary of this administration. So
Okay.
take this with a grain of salt, but this is their advice on how to survive.
Okay.
Do not wait until martial law is declared to do something about it. Thankfully, if you are involved in the survival and prepping universe, then martial law and the suspension of rights should not affect you immediately. When the National Guard is roaming the streets and imposing strict curfews, your home now becomes your castle. Hold down the fort and wait. However, you have to remember that for the duration of martial law, that your rights can still evaporate in an instant. If the crisis is prolonged and the military is short on supplies, they can take what's yours due to the power of martial law.
Wow.
As such, though you are doing just fine, it would be best not to highlight just how fine you are doing. Hiding stockpiles of food, ammunition, and water is an excellent idea during such a time. There is no reason to advertise it, because the minute they want it, they can take it.
Like what people did during the Civil War. A lot of times they would hide their supplies.
Oh,
because
so
the soldiers would come in and take everything.
Okay.
So I think they would often, hide stuff they had.
Oh, right, because the housing and quartering of soldiers was a thing, right? Like, if they wanted to stay there, they could stay there.
They could just come in and take whatever they
Yeah.
wanted.
It's also important to remember that with the implementation of martial law, your constitutional right to avoid quartering troops is also suspended. Oh, wait, your right to avoid. Oh, so you have to quarter troops. So just like we were talking about.
I do not want a house guest.
No, I don't want a friend staying over, or a relative, much less some
Soldier?
National Guard dude.
Oh, he's just going to want to watch like sports.
Yeah.
And probably just smoke in the house.
He's going to be mad because you don't have like a video game console.
Or a weight room.
Yeah. He's going to leave. He's going to use up all the milk for the cereal.
He just drinks milk right out the jug.
Ugh. And then puts it back. So gross.
Bless our troops, by the way. Bless our troops.
If they want to use your house, they can do so. As such, maybe the basement isn't the best place to store all of your supplies. An off-site location with additional supplies is an excellent idea.
Underground bunker.
Yep. For the day, the National Guard comes knocking and looking for a place to stay. Expect sudden curfews and roadblocks. Keep 72-hour get-home kits, water-filled bottle, high-calorie rations, compact first aid in every vehicle. Okay. Oh, tear gas. Fit each family member with a gas mask. I'm not going to tell you the brands. They're trying to sell you brands on this thing.
They got deals.
They got deals. The gas mask is the best, use against tear gas. Crowd control rounds can penetrate drywall at close range. Level 3A helmets and soft armor stop most baton and rubber rounds, but level 4 plates remain the gold standard if you live around. If live rounds start flying. Hide your abundance. We already talked about that. Keep comms off grid. Curfew zones often jam cell service. A set of encrypted radios keeps your family connected when towers go dark. A presidential declaration of martial law or a state declaration of martial law could come at any time in the near future. Now is the time to talk with your family about the plan. Once declared, it is best to stay together if at all possible. That allows for 100% accountability of knowing where everyone is at any moment. If you have to travel and separate, give yourself enough time to make it back long before curfew. If you go out after curfew looking for your wife, who herself was detained for violating curfew, then who was looking out for the kids? Give yourself time. They're just saying stick together. Don't be dumb. Maintain discreet stores of food and emergency supplies. This is smart. It's okay to take a handout from the National Guard knowing full well that you have plenty at home. So that you look like you need it, so that they don't think you got extra stuff.
Okay. Because then later when they need it, they know who's got it.
You can cry poor mouth. Remember that your home is your castle. Outside these four walls, it is the military's castle. Truthfully, under martial law, they can come to take your castle if they really wanted. However, the point is to tread carefully when you are outside the four walls of your own home. Do not draw attention to yourself, and you will survive the day that most people dread. Now is the time to prepare.
Wow. Well, I'm going to get a bunch of machine guns.
I think you should.
To guard my castle.
Yeah.
And alligators. I'm going to make a moat.
Yeah.
Fill it with alligators. That was one of Trump's ideas.
Okay, are you ready for a story?
I'd love a story.
Yes.
So, this is about the Marcoses' rule in the Philippines in the 80s,
Imelda?
90s. Yes, Ferdinand and Imelda Marcos. Now,
God, totally forgot about those two.
yeah. The interesting thing was, when I was a kid, all I knew about them was Imelda had a lot of shoes.
Same.
And it was a big joke.
Yes.
But I never really knew what the story was. So this is kind of interesting.
Yeah, me neither.
So this is written by someone whose parents lived under Marcos.
Okay.
Ferdinand Marcos ruled the Philippines from 1965 to 1986, a period marred by violence, killings, and suppression of free speech. My parents spent much of their youth during the dictatorship, born a few years before Marcos declared martial law in 1972. So he declared it in 1972.
Okay.
Seeing military men and army trucks patrolling the streets were embedded in their daily lives. Mm-hmm. We lived near Malacanang Palace, my mom almost shared. Our neighbors would always tell us not to walk too far from our house because we might be captured and jailed by men in uniform. To cope, my mom's uncles learned to befriend the soldiers patrolling their streets to ensure their family wouldn't fall victim to their unpredictable aggression. As a young girl, my mom was scared without her mom at school. Oh, she'd be at school and her mom was there. Mm-hmm. There were always military men in uniform. I was afraid they would come get me if she was not around, she said. Fear of the military grew as people became used to stories of men being arrested from the streets to be beaten and jailed overnight.
Wow.
My granduncle was one of them. To justify the brutality, the government used such stories to brainwash the masses that people who were jailed and tortured were bad people who deserved to be punished. Does this sound familiar? Mm-hmm. My dad, Gearman, saw his worst fears materialize. His father was arrested and assaulted during the regime, leading to his death. I was 3 years old, he recalled. A member of Metrocom police force was informed of my dad being drunk. The police threw stones at our house. They arrested him, then assaulted him and beat him inside the precinct. As it turned out, my father was mistaken for someone else and accused of their crime.
Jeez.
That keeps happening here.
Yep.
My dad told me that at the time he was arrested, my grandpa had been newly My dad told me that at the time he was arrested, my grandpa, the one who was killed, had been newly operated on his right foot and had a wound from getting his tattoos erased. He was afraid of being mistaken for an ex-convict, a stereotype that attached to anyone with a tattoo.
Also happening.
Yep. Yeah. They were thought to be a salat san lipunin, or a menace to society. Mm-hmm. The wound from his assault got infected with tetanus, which became his cause of death.
Oh, no.
Such was the brazen violence of the military during martial law under Marcos. Then curfew hours were implemented, my dad recalled. Everyone had to be home by midnight or you'd be jailed for a few days. Activities like drinking alcohol and protesting on the streets were prohibited. Any criticism of the government or of the Marcoses was cause for an arrest without a warrant. Despite this, the street gangs formed rapidly and caused riots with their homemade guns, forcing my parents and their families to often lock themselves indoors. How you make homemade guns, I have no idea. That is crazy.
Yeah, especially when they didn't have like one of those printers. What are those
I know.
called?
How do you make it without a printer?
Yeah.
It became normal for people in my parents' lives to disappear.
Jeez.
Outspoken activists, like one of my mom's high school friends, was abducted and never heard from again, while others were tortured and killed. By the early 1980s, martial law had become part of my parents' way of life, something they just had to live with. But demonstrations and protests also grew larger and more frequent, usually resulting in violence and arrests. Starting college in 1984, my mom said it was common for universities, I found this fascinating, to cancel classes because professors and students would join protest rallies. Student activists would go room to room in their university, recruiting others to attend the rallies. My mom often joined in hopes of inciting change. On my way home from school on February 2nd, 1986, I saw several members of the Army putting valve wire barricades on the road, my mom recalled. Then I heard people say, I'm not going to say it, I don't know how to pronounce it, but meaning it's war. Marcos will be ousted. My family got scared. Talk about the possible ousting of President Marcos was on television and radio. Military men had guns and surrounded our neighborhood. Days later, our neighbors began walking to Malacanang Palace. My older siblings, 3 uncles, and I joined them. When we reached the palace, the guards were still on duty, preventing us from entering. So people climbed the gates to enter. My siblings and I took our chances and locked our arms with several others who insisted on getting into the palace. This was the first time the public accessed the presidential palace in more than 10 years. The palace felt huge, she remembered. We saw a lot of Imelda Marcos' shoes and gowns scattered. The people were furious and destroyed the decors and many of Imelda's belongings. The Marcoses were no longer there when we arrived. Everyone kept chanting, enough is enough. So, tell that story because it's how shows the reality of what happens, but also that people won the day. And, you know, they protested and they changed it. Unfortunately, then Marcos' son ran for president and is now the president of the Philippines.
Is he just as bad?
I don't think he's as bad. I tried to get a little understanding of, but I couldn't really. I'd have to do much more research to really understand what it is.
You didn't become a Philippines government expert?
No, but the reason why this woman wrote this piece was because it was 2022 when he first started running. And so it was like it's coming full circle. Like now now the son is,
How soon we forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So do everything you can to resist.
Yeah. Yeah.
But mainly bury your Triscuits.
Yeah.
Because you don't want anyone else getting them.
I'm not sharing my Triscuits.
Well, we will be back right after this with our guest. Hello.
Oh, how was your break?
It was good.
Yeah, you're all caffeined up.
I'm still shooting through the roof.
I can see it.
Yep. Well, I take my life into my hands every time I get coffee at a new place.
That's how we roll these days.
And I got it at the Whole Foods, like they have their own coffee bar.
Yes, yes.
And it's pretty, I'm going to say dynamic.
You ever get their pizza?
Yes, it's really good.
God, their pizza's good.
What kind do you get?
I like the goat cheese mushroom pizza.
Okay. Wait, are you talking about a slice?
Yeah, a slice. I give myself a slice.
So I think that's it's not goat cheese. I get
not?
something that has either onions or mushrooms,
Yes.
but it is a white pizza.
That's the one I get.
Oh my God, it's so good.
That's the
it's
winner.
ridiculous.
You want to know hot tip?
Reheat it.
No. You get yourself there in the refrigerated section. This is gold right here, guys. Plain pizza. Grab a couple items to decorate it.
Yeah.
Take it home, stick it in the oven. It's like that pizza.
Oh.
This easy dinner. My kids go nuts.
You mean, so it's just a crust?
It's just the crust with the cheese on it, and then I'll usually
Oh, it has, okay.
it's ready to go.
And then you just put some toppings
I'll
on.
grab some basil, some nice buffalo mozzarella.
Yeah. I thought you meant it was like boboli.
Oh, no.
Like, remember when boboli?
Wait, boboli is the
it's just a crust.
No, it has the cheese in the fixins.
Right. Boboli is terrible, by the way. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
I see our
Didn't it
guest
have like
disagreeing with what?
It's like a famous spokesperson that used to do Boboli commercials.
I don't
or
think he
just
was
the
famous.
dude?
He was just the guy, the Boboli guy, and
The
he was
Boboli
Italian,
guy.
and he was handsome. And let's look him up. And
You think it's the guy, the Travelodge guy with the bad veneers?
Jimmy hates that guy.
Do you know
so
who he is?
much. No.
So here, get ready for your mind to be blown.
Yeah?
He owns a soccer team.
Really?
He's a famous soccer coach in Europe. He owns, I think he's Dutch. Anyway, he used to be really handsome.
I think he's handsome with bad veneers.
Wait,
yeah.
I'm going to show you a picture of what he used to look like. And
Why
you're,
does he
You're going to
need-
be like, wait, what are you, Viggo Mortensen?
Why does he need money from a commercial?
It doesn't even make sense because nobody in the United States knows who he is. It's like,
Oh, so he's supposed to be well-known. It's supposed to be a celebrity spokesperson.
I think so. Yeah, he's not doing it for the money, I would think.
Oh. Let's get to our guest,
Yes,
shall we?
right? I feel like we're
This is
neglecting
enough.
our guest. My God.
On the first of the half of the show.
On the first.
On the first of the show.
Yes.
On the first half of the show.
In the Ides of March.
In the Ides of March, we learned how to survive martial law.
Yeah, we did.
And now we're going to learn how to survive martial arts with our guest, Cristina Fernandez.
Ooh, hello.
Christine?
Is it Christine or Christina?
Christina. I'm
It's
sorry.
Christina.
I missed the A.
It's okay.
I
We'll
apologize.
forgive.
She always thinks of me. It's
Yeah,
hard.
I know.
She's looking at
on
you.
I'm on the brain.
I have so many thoughts about the things you guys just said.
Okay, well, first, I
By
want to
the
hear
way,
all
but
your
please.
thoughts. But first, I want to introduce
Thank
properly,
you. I
give you a
appreciate
proper
that.
introduction. Christina is a performer. She's a writer. She has a podcast called That's So Mental, which she co-hosts, which is like a comedy mental health podcast, which
That's
is
right.
perfect. Sounds
Yes,
like a
everybody
good
needs
recipe.
that right now. I need to laugh and I need my mental
cry.
health fixed. Can you fix it?
We don't make any promises, but you can share. We can share in our pain together.
You know,
Well, that sounds
therapists
good.
don't make any promises either,
Although
and
we've
they
had some,
charge.
We've had some therapists on who have given some really sound
Okay.
advice. The other day we had a medium, and let me tell you,
Oh, no.
that was as healing as.
Really?
I think you should stick around. Are you not a medium
No.
kind of gal?
She's a skeptic.
I hear you. My husband's like that.
Okay.
He's like, okay,
Yeah.
you got to listen.
Yeah.
I'm going to tease it out.
Okay, I appreciate. I
But
will.
sometimes they give amazing advice. It's we're all sharing in our minds. You know, everybody's got something, so we can kind of laugh about it
Sounds
together.
interesting. And you have a show that was just in the Hollywood Fringe and is probably going to make the Fringe circuit.
The Fringe Circuit, that's right.
And it's called Godless.
Yes,
And
Godless.
so, what is it?
I love that
What's
title.
isn't it a good title?
Yeah, it's really good.
What's the
It's a
premise?
solo show, kind of about a solo show. So,
Okay, meta.
which sounds a little bit. Sometimes I'm like, does it sound like I didn't do the work? But I promise that it is a deep show about just life's musings and why we're here and why we gather, and just it's a very, very absurd show. It has clown, it has stand up, it has some heartfelt moments too.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the things that we discussed?
Wow,
so
many.
important.
Okay, isn't it the Trivago guy? Because
Yes.
the Trivago guy, you guys said Travelodge. No, Travelodge?
Oh, I did. I had
Because our last guest,
a last guest dance with the travel.
I knew what you meant. Trivago.
But I just saw,
Trivago.
but the reason I know is because you said the veneers.
Yes.
And I saw it the other day,
Yeah.
and I thought, what
happened?
is happening?
Right.
It's disturbing.
It was really disturbing.
It's like you can't not acknowledge it.
Forget that we don't know he's a celebrity. Like,
Yes.
we cannot be distracted by your teeth.
No, it can't be that bad.
He's also
Simple
insanely condescending to the people who didn't get the best price.
Yeah, I don't understand the angle.
So rude.
I don't even notice any words he says. The whole time I'm just so afraid and horrified.
Anyway,
Okay,
so
yes, here we go.
Christina,
Hi, hello.
let's get into your story.
I'm trying to segue somehow from Trivago's teeth to Marshall's, but I couldn't. I couldn't figure it out.
So, when are we? Where are we? Paint a picture.
okay, we have to go back to the beginning. My father did judo when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I never really it was super fun watching him do it. He actually would take me over, he would have me push him over his shoulder, throw him over my shoulder. And he would do almost like a wrestling move where I thought I was doing it to him. And it was really sweet. I really, really thought I was
that's so cute.
5-6 years old and thought I could really do that to my dad. And he would flip on the bed. And so he was always a martial arts guy. But again, never really went into my own consciousness. I never practiced or anything. Cut to about 8 years ago, my husband and I decided to get into jiu-jitsu together. Mostly, I think he wanted to, and I said, sure, why not? Let's do some sort of practice together. Why not? And I didn't know very much about it. And Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu does come from judo. And so that's part of the lineage. And wrestling, it's basically like wrestling for people who don't really know what it is. It's the easiest way to think about it.
Is it a newer martial art then?
It is newer, but I'll be bad about knowing the year, but it is a newer form, and because it combines some of the older forms, and it started in Brazil, and but there's no punching or kicking.
Okay,
that's kind of the biggest thing, because sometimes I have friends who are like, I'm gonna get out there as soon as I get over the baby stuff, and because I can start kicking again. I'm like, well, the good news is there's no kicking, so you can come whenever you want. But so it's wrestling, and so we started to get into this about 8 years ago as a physical practice, and I was pregnant with my child, so I was 7 months pregnant.
Yeah,
ginormous.
Interesting time to start.
A very interesting time to pick up something. I do think there's a lot of things I did at that time that I'm questionable. I think you are firing on all cylinders.
You're like, I'm just gonna have some soft cheese and some sushi. I don't know. While I'm at it.
I did that float thing, that self-deprivation tank. I don't think I'd ever do that again. That sounds terrifying. But I did it very pregnant.
Yeah.
So I took up jiu-jitsu. I probably did it for around the year that I was up until about 10 months or so. So from early pregnancy into a little bit later. But I did it very lightly, obviously, and very carefully. And, I'm a mover, I'm a performer, so I know how to move my body and stuff. So I knew not to be crazy. And so I would do it with my husband, but then I stopped because I had kids. And so, but he continued. So he has been slowly working up to his higher belts, right? There's levels of belts.
Yes.
And so he's a brown belt. And then a year ago, he decided to open up a jiu-jitsu gym.
Oh my God, I love this.
Yes. And so he's been pushing jiu-jitsu on my children.
Now, how old are your kids?
My kids are now 8 years old and 6.5.
Wow. Okay.
And they've been practicing for probably 3 years consistently.
That's
2-3
impressive.
years. Very impressive. They're not happy about it.
Oh, they don't enjoy it.
There's nothing like picking up your child at an elementary school where they're like, I don't want to go to jiu-jitsu. It's such an odd thing to be screaming. People really are like, that kid's being abused. That is not okay.
And it's their dad's studio?
Well, so
do you call it a studio? Dojo?
You can call it a studio. I think less people call it a dojo, but I actually really dig on dojo. They were practicing before at another gym, and so was my husband. But then at some point, him and 3 partners decided, we love this, we're dedicated. There's a space that opened up in Highland Park in LA, and they were like, let's go in on it, on this passion project.
Okay.
He has a day job and all of the things. And about a year ago, we were on vacation, and he was doing the marketing side of stuff. The guys were, the other 3 partners were on the ground, actually setting up the space. And I remember being like, you're not going to be there a lot, right? You're handling the virtual stuff. And he's like, yeah, 1 or 2 nights. We all live there now.
Oh, no.
We're there. I'm there. I'm never not there if I'm not in my house. I'm always going to pick someone up or drop someone off or take a class.
We're actually recording this from the
dojo.
dojo.
You're welcome. Yeah. Everybody's wearing gis. Everybody's wearing kimonos and white belts. So anyway, so my kids started there. My kids resisted so much. And I was stuck in the middle. Okay. So he's like, this is essential to me. It's like reading and writing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then you're like, okay, well, when you put it that way, geez.
But why is it essential to him? Because he's interested in it, or does he think it will instill in the kids something important?
The latter.
Okay.
Which is
he
what?
believes, well, I have an older daughter and then a son, and he's like, especially for our daughter, it's a way to self-defend,
Build
and
self-confidence,
build
maybe?
self-confidence, be in your body, all just the things that I do feel like when I was reflecting on it, it's like we're living more and more in our heads and virtually, and he's like, we got to get back in our bodies, and this is so good for kids, the focus and the camaraderie, and really like you can, as a smaller person, you can kick someone's ass, or
Right.
at least the way that it's being taught for kids, it's a little different, obviously, but even all the way up until the older ages, it's like, it's never like, and then you can win that fight. It's like, no, you can hold someone down to buy time
Yes.
or to run the fuck away.
Right.
You know, but it's like, it's taught very soundly, but it is true that if you know technique, you know, if you're a woman and you're going to try to punch a very large man, chances are it might not
Right.
work out. However, if you do know jiu-jitsu and you know proper moves, because it is more about mechanics, right, and angles and the way you're holding people, you could really defend yourself pretty well. So when he put it that way, I was like, well, who am I going to be the one like, hi, feminism? I'm like, no, I don't want her self-defending. So I was like, fine, the kids are going, you're going, it's important to you. I will support this. And then at some point, you know, we were just living there. I was always there. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'm back. Because I was like, well, first of all, also free membership.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Might as well.
okay, it's like you get a great workout. You get to, you know, you're in community. I'm always there anyway. And I was like, okay, fine, let's just start again. Like, I'll get back into jiu-jitsu. We'll be a full family, 100% of a family will be those people.
You're the jiu-jitsu people.
We're the jiu-jitsu people. So I started as a white belt again, even though I had practiced before. And, but then quickly, after being at the studio, I got my blue belt, which is the next belt, which was a huge surprise.
Okay.
Not because I'm married to one of the partners.
Right.
Another coach gave it to me.
Nice.
And in fact, my husband was like, I voted against you.
Oh my
getting
God,
it."
that's hilarious. He's like, she's not ready.
Well, he wanted to like do a solid and not have anybody think that.
There was like jiu-jitsu nepotism.
Exactly. Okay, so I quickly get my blue belt through another coach, not my husband, who's literally
Oh,
voting
so wait, your
against
husband
me.
is a coach too.
He's a coach there as
Oh,
well.
he's not just a silent partner. He's teaching.
Yeah. And I should say that. I guess the gyms are kind of like that. If you're a partner, you're embedded. It's like you're also coaching. Chances are, it's not some like. It's not a big money making machine. There's not some business guy behind the curtain. Like that guy is also telling the kids, hey, sit down and let's do some drills. So they're all coaching and they're all running this gym together. And so I get my blue belt and that was cool. And I realized I was like, I knew I would still retain some, but I was like, the first time I did jiu-jitsu was pre-children. It was one of the last practices I did before 40 and before kids. So actually, it really stayed. I really retained it.
good.
The way I can't retain most things anymore.
Right.
But I think it really still lived in my body in a way that I think the coaches were like, wow, I'm pretty impressed. I think to everybody it seemed like I just started practicing.
Right.
But I had not just started practicing. So anyway, so I got my blue belt. But at the same time, I was like, oh my God, now I'm scared. Because there's a whole thing that from white to blue, which are the two lower belts, it goes white, blue, purple, brown, black. When you go from white to blue, it's a very big shift. And there's like it's almost like an initiation where people are like, oh, now you're a blue belt.
Oh, dang.
Now the real work
Yes.
starts. Like
Yes.
you thought you were kind of good, and now everybody has license to quote unquote beat you up. I'm not saying like real beat you up, but they've all been, it's a very kind gym.
Yes.
And they're very careful with bodies, especially to new people, especially to white belts, especially to anybody who
I thought you were going to say
just
especially
learning.
to white people.
No.
I was like, oh, that's so weird.
It's a specific kind of place. Oh my God, that would be what a nightmare. No, anybody who's new, anybody who's new at the gym and anybody who's just starting or has an injury or whatever, they're very, very aware of, where you're at. And so, but once you get to a certain level, they kind of go, okay, now, but you're almost back at zero. So then I was like, oh my God, I'm like getting beat up left and right. But I'm learning a lot. It's like a choreography. I feel like I get really theater nerdy on it. I'm like, it's like a 1, 2, 3, and a flip. And people are like, it's
and
not.
ball change.
Yeah. And people are like, are you going to compete? Okay, so as soon as
that was my next question.
So as soon as you start like really getting deep, then the buzz starts being like, you going to compete? You're going to compete? And I was like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not going to compete. I'm not interested. I'm not like your typical, which is like funny to say, not your typical jiu-jitsu person. Jiu-jitsu people are obsessive, like single focus, can really get locked in. My husband, like neurodivergent, like really just like, boom, I'm in, and this is all I do and all the time. I'm a little more fluttery, but I've, it's a great workout. Like I said, I get great arms. And so then people start going like, are you going to compete? Are you going to compete? And I was like, no. And then at some point the gym, so a lot of people start competing, there's competitions happening all the time. And sometimes, a lot of people from the gym decide we're going to do this one. And the numbers just kind of start growing because it feeds on itself. And people are like, we might as well do it together. And it becomes kind of a camaraderie thing. And I think I just started having this moment of like, I'm the kind of person that I just don't want to miss out on anything.
Yeah.
I have like serious FOMO, and I'm like, I don't want to be scared of anything.
Yeah.
Like, if something is presented to me, and so I started watching all these people pile into this one competition that was coming up over the summer, and I was kind of like, it was like jumping out of a plane. I'm like, if I don't do it now, like I might as well just like get this over with when there's like 12 to 14 other people competing and like do like a buddy system. So I was like, fine, let's do it. Let's sign up for this competition. And, I've never done anything like it. I mean, it really is like wrestling, like you're dropping weight. People are like, well, what weight category are you going to do? All of a sudden it's like you're in. Wait, you're very deep.
Are there different categories, not just by belt, but by weight?
It goes by belt, age, weight.
Oh my God, it's
a mathematical
It's a lot of math.
Yes.
It's a lot of math. It's a lot of math. And for me, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just showing up. I'm kind of like that vibe. But so I knew I had to be, the blue belt and in my certain age bracket, but I was like right at the line for either staying at my weight or going a little under. And there's all kinds of strategies for like,
right.
You want to go up, you want to go down, Somehow I have that accent, but so
you want to go up, you want to go down.
Hey, this is the moment, So anyway, I was like, okay, I'm going to go down because apparently I should even just check with my husband, like, why did I do that again? But you go under because you're actually a higher weight.
Right.
And so then
you have more weight on your opponent.
Exactly. Like if you only have to drop down a little bit, you're normally a stronger, larger person. And so, and all you have to do is weigh in the morning, and then you can eat all you want. Like, so you can actually, in theory, if you drop a little bit of weight,
just have a meatloaf.
I mean, you're also playing with like, you definitely should definitely never have a meatloaf. Okay. Some people might have. But if you're right on the line, you may have dropped 2 or 3 pounds of water weight, and then you're going to get it all back anyway. You just have to make the weight. But so, it became a whole like mathy kind of like, I was like, let's go in, like, let's get obsessed with this thing. Let's see what it's like. So I was training, and I was also doing my show. So I was just like feeling really fit and really good. And I got underweight, and, we all traveled to Long Beach or wherever the hell we went. And, everybody's riding in the nerves. And, I'm trying to kind of tap into my, my actor, again, theater nerd. Like,
yes.
I'm like, people are like, are you nervous? I'm like, I like do live performance. So like, I'm kind of okay. But I do have to say, I was like, it's very comparable. I think some people never feel the nerves side of it. Like that is, the mental game is like huge. So I felt like that, I think I actually have the most experience with, like what it's like to go on stage. Most people would not ever want to feel that feeling. So I was like really tapping into like breathing, and also just being like, I've never done this before. Like, I'm not supposed to be good.
That's a great attitude to approach anything. I think that's great.
Totally. And so you're showing up to these giant like halls that are normally like, it's like a comedian might be performing or a band the night before. Okay. And now it's like all wrestling mats.
Yeah.
On a stage?
No, on the ground floor. Like, I think it's just like, audience configurations. That's, the circle. I'm being so bad about
Is there a pretty big audience? Is it,
you'd be surprised at how large it is.
Is it pretty well attended?
Packed, yeah. It's quite well attended.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's teams from the gyms all over. There's families who are watching it. I mean, everybody's obviously involved in some way, but there's a lot of people. So it's a subculture that,
Yeah,
I'm just
sure.
like voyeur, like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yes.
But it's a lot to take in for the senses. I've got those braids that are really tight to my head. I look
Oh, you got boxer braids?
like a killer. Yeah. I look like a killer, even though I'm not at all. I'm like so scared.
Well, yeah, you got to intimidate your opponent.
You got to intimidate your opponent a little bit. But I was like, I think, you're training, you're trying to come up with a strategy for what you're going to do. All the coaches, my husband's like, what's the plan? Okay, what's the plan? Like, I don't know why he's talking like that. That's not what he sounds like. But anyway, but he is like, what's your plan? What's your first move? And that's like, oh my God.
Wow.
So you have to get, I do think it's in your benefit to get specific, whether that gets executed or not, but you don't want to just be like, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't come all this way to not have a general idea of what you might try to do and like sharpen up some of those skills and what you're good at. And so I practiced what I was going to do a bunch and, had the plan, and it's all about like, protect your neck, don't go down to the ground or whatever. And so I'm about to fight this person, and you can read the, you can read the list of the cast list. You can read the list. Literally, that's what
Their
came to
bio,
mind.
their credits.
You can read their credits, and you can see who you're about like a day before they release the fighters. And then it was like the other woman's name was Cristina. And I was like, whoa, that's a metaphor for life. I don't know what is.
You're wrestling yourself.
Yeah,
That's what
I'm
it
like,
is.
you're really wrestling yourself at the end of the day. So it really kind of did feel weird for some reason. I was like, really? The other woman's name is Cristina? And then people were like, are you going to look her up? I was like, I'm not going to go down that
Yeah.
rabbit hole.
Yes.
I
I think that's wise.
Let's live the trauma in the moment. Let's not live it twice.
Yeah.
I'm not enough of anything to make any decision. What is seeing her going to
No, like,
do anything
what if she was
for
just
me?
released from like Folsom State Women's Prison?
yeah,
Right.
Like, I didn't need to know that.
I still tell myself I'm going to look her up now. I'm like, I am very, now I'm like totally obsessed with her. I know her first and last name, so I'm going to look her up. But so, I was like, oh my God, this woman, and her name's Cristina, and there's another woman in the category. By this point in my age bracket, there's very few blue belts because we're older. And so I knew I was going to fight this woman, and I can kind of see her. She looks strong,
Okay.
she's looking strong.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to like stay in my body and stay breathing. And so they, so there's all the lineups of the matches at your mat. And there's probably like 20 mats. So there's like 10 mats on one side, 10 mats on the other side. There's fights going on everywhere. Imagine like the Olympics gymnastics
I
or
was
something.
just
It's like,
thinking the exact same thing.
well, I got that from you. A little bit of transmission. Yeah, it's like, oh, the bars are
all
over
happening at the
here.
same time.
So it is a lot of sensory information. And so I'm, again, just trying to like
But
tap
that's
into
better
breathing.
that like the entire place isn't looking at you. There's
Sure.
the tension is split
Yes.
at least.
Could not agree more. I wish nobody was watching me.
Right,
actually,
right.
Really. Like, I would have loved to have been like, please look somewhere else. This is not worth your time.
Right.
But there's a bunch of matches going on. And then when you're about to fight, you start kind of, it's like you're in a pen. And then you get a little closer and they're measuring your gi and they're checking your things. And you get a little closer. And then now you're by where your mat is. And then they're like, okay, you're going up. So I'm getting ready to go up. And then they're like, something happens in how they're running the match. And they're like, actually, another person's going to go ahead of you.
Oh.
And I've been like, stretching, breathing,
Oh, that's
focus,
such a
stretching.
mind fuck.
Music in the ear, like, da, 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 da. Like, okay, staying loose, bad bunny. Okay, go happy place, woo. So then they say no. Okay. It happens like 5 more times.
No.
Yeah. It just literally almost like,
It's so defeating in a way.
oh yeah, and I'm not skilled enough to go like up, down, up, down,
Yeah,
up, down.
yeah.
Oh, like, call me whenever. I'm just kicking it back
Yeah,
here.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my first time. At some point, when you do the fight, right, so it's between 2 people, and in order to differentiate one of the people, they give you like a special extra belt. So it's like, great, a belt on top of a freaking belt. Thank you. So they
belts
give
that
you,
you're-
those like
belts that you're-
cute accessory,
Yeah.
so that they know who's who. They put that on me, so it's like, that means you're going on. Take the belt back.
Oh my
Like,
God.
guys, I have a
It's
problem now with the association. How are they running? What is this schedule?
I think an
Like,
envelope with cash from the other fighter, like,
I know. I mean,
was slipped into their hands.
who's running it? Jiu-jitsu guys. They're not, they're not doing admin. No, it's like, we love you. Bodies.
It's like edging.
Yeah, it's like, what is going on?
Like they just keep taking you and then they go, no,
It's very
never
the
mind.
Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's happening for sure. And so, I'm just doing my best. I go up, so does Cristina. And you know, I make one crucial mistake and she's on top of me.
Oh, no. Like right away?
You know, like 2 minutes in. The matches are 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So it lasted probably like about 2.5 minutes. And oh boy, all of a sudden they call it an adrenaline dump. It's like your hands feel like, it's like, I remember grabbing her, and I'm pretty strong on the mat, and I've had higher belts really compliment me on like my movements, my technicality, strength. I'm quite skilled. I'm skilled enough, and I know what I'm doing. It's like your hands are made of just like, it's like you're in a dream. It's like you're in a
because you're nervous, or
Yeah.
or the adrenaline
All of
dump
it.
means you lose your adrenaline.
And I'm sure I no doubt I dumped it out.
Yeah.
Like I took like 6 dumps. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So
Yes.
it's like I remember like holding on to her, and I think there was a couple points where I could have maybe, and you can hear the coach, and you're like, I know what I'm supposed. Like yes,
Yeah.
get her off of me.
Yeah,
Correct.
that all sounds good.
Yeah, that all sounds fantastic, and I know what I need to do. I just don't know how the fuck to do it. And she's so strong, like just so strong. And I just try to hold in as long as I could. And you know, the way you can win a match is there's different ways, right? By points. But the other one is chokes and tap outs. So it's on the person who's getting choked or like in a really dangerous hold to say tap.
Right.
And so I could feel her getting close to my neck.
Jesus.
And you know, she's starting to get the gi like across the two, you know, so you cross it
Wait,
across
you
the
can
neck.
do that?
Yeah.
Wait, you can take the person's.
That's what the gi is. So there's gi
Clothing?
and no gi. There's one that's wrestling just in your, you know, little workout outfit, but the other one is with the kimono basically. And that's, I like it. It is way harder because you can do technical. It adds like a whole level of.
That's insane.
It is insane. It's
That
very,
sounds
very
like
insane.
murder.
I don't know if I would ever do it again. But would I?
Right.
So anyways, I can feel her like cry. And, you know, now it's like, I'm really deflating because you're just like, oh my God. And then you have to decide, when should I decide to tap out?
Right.
And like ego will get it. Like it's up to you to say tap. And you can decide when that is. Some people go fully out. Like, and then the ref stops, right?
Fully
And then
unconscious.
Fully unconscious. And the person's just like, okay, I'm back. What happened? I blacked out, you know, because people are like, I'm not. And my husband was like, at one point I saw him, I was like, damn, is Cristina going to like totally like go unconscious? She's like pretty gangster. But I was like, I couldn't. Also, some of it, people say that sometimes you're not in as much danger as you think, but it is your fear, right? It's like feeling like you can't breathe, even though a lot of your coaches, when you're training, they're like, you can breathe.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, the fight or flight and your adrenaline and you breathe
panic.
shallow, the panic sets in, right? And then that is as much of the, right? It's the mental, like any of this stuff. It's the panic. You perform, the panic. It's you jump out of a plane, the panic. All the like scary things in life. Having a child, you know, all the things. So I think I was getting pretty close to danger. Sometimes I'm like, did I feel, you know, I'm still having like on reflection, like how much in real danger I was. I held on as long as I could. And I was like, tap.
Yeah.
So I tapped out. So she won. And then the whole thing is the guarantees you get to wrestle 2 people, no matter what, in your category. So there was 1 woman after that. You're supposed to get 5 minutes rest. I get off. I love these guys who are running the show. They were like, okay, are you ready?
Are you serious?
Oh, no.
They didn't honor the 5 minutes. And I'm like, can I just like get a moment? Truly. I was like, they're like, okay, do you need something? I'm like, just give me like 2 minutes. Like, just even give me 2.
That's
And
crazy.
I'm like breathing. But then also it's like, I'm so new. Now it's like, what am I doing here? Like, I know I just like, I'm like, fine, let's go. But I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
So the next lady kicked my ass. So I got basically, I got my ass kicked. Just got my ass
Double
served to me.
kicked.
But you know what I have to say? Sometimes it's good to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
It's very humbling. I said, I wish I would have competed as a white belt.
Do they have that?
Oh, yeah. And then you could just be like, I really suck. And I cried and I said, should I give back my blue belt? And my husband was like, oh, that's so, he was laughing because apparently that is the classic, they call it the blue belt blues.
Oh.
It's the classic transition period where I think at white, you don't know what you don't know. And then you know how much and then at blue, you know how much you have to go.
Right.
And it becomes this kind of like vast, infinite, like, what am I doing? I actually can't tell anymore. And
Right.
it's like, have I brought shame upon the House of Highland Park Fight Club?
I was just going to ask.
Yes.
I was just going to
So-
say, let's give your husband a plug. So it's called
Highland Park Fight Club.
Great.
And the
Very
kids' class
cool.
is called Highland Park Friendship Club.
Oh my God, that's too cute.
That's cute.
And it is really, I will say, it's so good for kids, for especially kids who are neurodivergent and are like all ADHD, maybe have a hard time focusing. Some of those kids in particular who have stuff that like you really need to like, for any child, truly, to get focused, to get in your body. I think that like embodiment is something where we're just like needing that.
We're kind of missing it in
We're
our lives.
really missing. I think we're really leaning towards the heady stuff, which is great and awesome. But I just notice how many, like we'll tell people that kids do jiu-jitsu and like, oh, we do STEM and we do, like so many people do all the brainy and please, like I love nerding out on that stuff and arts but the physical world. It's nice. It's like in touch, like I think the kids are wrestling all over each other like little kittens and they know what to do more than anybody.
We
Like,
should be touching kids more.
kid to kid action, right?
Oh my God,
This is chill, right?
Let's make that a shirt. That's our newest.
That's our newest How to Survive shirt.
I
We should be
love
touching
it.
kids more.
I love it.
And Garen's face is on it.
Oh God.
And he just looks quizzical. That is so funny.
Do you want to
Thoughtful.
be in a movie? Like a little
Yeah, right. And there's just like a string. There's just like a line of M&Ms like leading up to Garen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is perfect. I hope somebody who's listening to this makes that shirt.
Poor Garen.
For us.
He's like, no, I've had enough.
I like your
Stop.
guys' sick minds.
Well,
Yeah.
Christina, thank you so much. That was so much fun.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
And you're still doing it, I take it?
I'm still doing it. I'll be
Yeah.
there tonight, baby.
I think
Good
I
luck.
might start doing some jujitsu.
They just added a women's class. Come
That's
by.
not far from my house.
I was actually thinking that.
Yeah.
I don't think it is far, right?
Come
not.
try out a class. It's
Yeah.
free. Come try out one class.
Christina, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This
Yes.
was great. And we will be back right after this with What Did We Learn Today?
Everything. We learned everything. Danielle,
Yes.
are you ready to learn what we learned today?
So ready.
You can see all the bears you want if you pop over to West Hollywood.
Oh, damn.
According to findlaw.com, when the federal or state governments declare martial law, they suspend all local laws, civil authority, and sometimes local judiciaries.
Yeah.
In their place, the commanding officer substitutes temporary laws and military tribunals. In short, it gives the military commander virtually unlimited authority to govern an area.
But again, it is unconstitutional to do military tribunals unless there are no civil courts available. But I'm guessing they could find a way to make civil courts unavailable.
Yeah. I mean, you can say it's unconstitutional, but then if
Right.
the judge says, you can't do that, and they're like, so what?
Yeah.
What's the recourse?
Right. I don't know.
The Constitution does not define martial law, and it does not specify who can declare it. However, several presidents and many state governors have imposed or approved declarations of martial law throughout American history. Okay. The Trivago guy is Jürgen Klopp,
Sure he
a
is.
former soccer player and manager. He played for a number of German clubs, ending his playing career as Mainz 5's record goal scorer. He then crossed over into managing and is widely regarded as one of the best football managers in the world.
Maybe he got his teeth out playing football.
I'm going to show you a picture of him without pre-veneers.
Okay.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ, is a grappling martial art emphasizing ground fighting, leverage, and joint locks. Oh, I can't joint lock. To control an opponent, allowing a smaller, weaker person to defeat a larger, stronger assailant. Originating from judo and developed by the Gracie family in Brazil around 1925, it has become a popular component of mixed martial arts and is practiced for self-defense, sport, and fitness.
Interesting. Wait, those are his original teeth?
Yeah.
Well,
Or there's
an earlier set
but
of
doesn't
veneers.
he look handsome?
I
I think he's pretty handsome.
think he's handsomer now, except for the teeth.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, I think he's way more handsome then.
Yeah. He
But
reminds
his
me of
teeth
somebody.
look really straight. Maybe it's just the color.
Well, there's another picture where his teeth are not as good. Maybe.
That's so interesting that he's famous. And I had, I
They
don't,
don't
I,
look-
I
I
don't think
wouldn't-
they look that bad.
I think he had. I think the problem was I did a deep dive on this. He had a gum disease issue. That
Oh,
was
shit.
the problem. But like, they didn't have to be that.
They didn't have to be
white
so phony looking. Yeah.
and phony looking. I have a commercial for you guys.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Do
yay.
you guys remember our fella
Yes.
from Top Dog Law?
Yes.
Okay. So my son listens to a lot of hip hop, and that is where the Top Dog Law commercials come. And he and Sven were in the car the other day, and he does commercials also for rebates on electric cars. Apparently, he's getting hired for everything.
He's got his fingers in a lot of pies.
Oh, we're gonna see a reality show from this guy soon.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh man, I want to see it. So I think this commercial is for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it, and hopefully it's a good.
Have you heard this one yet?
I have heard this. I think.
Okay.
So let's all find out together. It might be not the whole commercial because usually it starts and then Benji's like, "Give me your phone."
Oh.
Hold on. Oh shoot! Hold on. Sorry. I didn't have my volume up.
This is me every time I try to play a video.
Every time.
It's so annoying.
My whole
Because then you
life.
have to expand it. Then when you expand it, it goes back
I
to no
know.
audio. Then you got to turn on the audio.
So I think it's starting in mid commercial, but I think
Okay.
we're gonna get a lot of it.
It's almost over. Hurry up. There's 4,000 in your pocket. You get it there on the spot. And listen, don't wait till the last day to come down here. It's gonna be a madhouse. It's gonna be over real soon. You got 2 weeks left. Then that $4,000 rebate is gone. Hurry up. Get down there. If I was you, I would come real fast. Hurry up. It will be over soon. Our doors will be open. They will be open. $4,000 rebate. LACityCars.com. Hey, real quick.
Okay. So I don't think he sang in the last one you played for us.
Oh no, this is his first time singing.
He can't ever. He can't sing.
Oh, no.
He's terrible.
He's the worst.
He has not written out the words ahead of time.
No, he makes it up as he goes along. That's one of
That's
the
the selling point.
That's what he said. I think in the interview I saw with him, where he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just off the cuff." So when he's doing his other ones, and he's like, I don't know if he's kind of rapping when he'll be like, "You've been hit by a car, and you might not make it, and you're having a stroke." And here comes the EMTs. I don't want to do a black voice because I don't want to be offensive, but like, you're like, what the fuck's happening? I thought you were an ad for Top Dog Law. You know, like
Right.
it's so confusing. And he's like, who are you going to call Top Dog Law? But like all this, he's like, you don't care about a settlement.
Yeah, that's what
you're
he said.
gonna die.
Right.
And you're like, wait, shouldn't you? Because this is a law commercial.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
at what point are you making that phone call when all that shit's happening
Yes.
to you?
So it's
singing
like-
to the wrong person.
I think they just said, whatever you want to do. We just love it. And he does whatever he wants.
It's so great.
So then the commercials, I think, must be wildly popular. I don't know. But like this other company then, the rebate
Right.
said, we got to get the guy from Top Dog Law because he's unhinged and hilarious. And so
do you think he's intentionally hilarious?
I don't think so. I don't think he's in on the joke. I think he's like, I'm really good. That's why I keep getting these
Right.
jobs. I don't think he thinks this is funny. Like, I don't think he's like, I'm going to sing it real bad and that's what's going to
Right,
be funny
right,
about
right,
it.
right.
I think he's sincere.
There have got to be Reddit threads on this guy, right? There have to. There has
I
to
hope
be.
so.
I want to read them.
I do too. I don't know if this is a whole thing that's blown up and we just also are talking about it, but other people are too. I've only seen that one guy on YouTube who's like just sitting in his car, kind of
Loves
like
it.
loving it. And otherwise, I'm not aware.
I love it so much.
But
Keep them coming.
It's so weird. Like, it's such a treat, you know, because it's usually just Kendrick Lamar, because that's all hip hop
Right.
plays now. Is just, they might as well just call it the Kendrick Lamar station, which is fine. I like Kendrick Lamar. And then this.
Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, well, we've said it all.
We got all our words out.
Every single word. I have no more words left.
I will not talk for the rest of the day. I'm going to be silent. If anybody tries to talk to me, I will just make fake signs at them.
Why don't you wear a chalkboard around your neck?
Oh, you know what I'll just do? I'll do the thing from the bear. I'll just make the
Oh my God.
fist and
And
rub
rub
my
in your-
heart
oh,
in a
God.
circle.
How dare you bring that up?
Because it makes you like internally cringe.
Makes me cringe.
So
My
hard.
whole body cringes.
It is pretty cringy. Yep, that's it. We're done talking, guys.
Well, until next time.
remain calm.